That's not going in focus, is it? Yeah, joystick, thank you. 1 or 2 player game, 1, thank you. That in focus yet, you bastard? So this Galaxian game, written in compiled basic. Now, interestingly, sometimes on different versions of a game, on different home computers, the game just becomes easy because the graphics are slower on that machine. It becomes less of an arcade game. A classic example is River Raid on the ZX Spectrum versus the Atari computers, or even the Atari VCS. Because it's a slower paced game, the challenge isn't really there. It's not quite bullet time, I'm not going to be rude, but it is slower. And I think that's the problem here. I mean, this just needs to be at least 2 times, preferably 3 times faster than it is. So, is it better than the Atari version? Well, the Atari version for the C64 cost 30 quid. Can't imagine it costing less, because that's what it costs for the VCS. See, I've pressed run stop, and that's the machine code only bits. Can you actually get out? Right, so hang on, is it compiled basic? No, I think, oh right, yeah, look, loading machine code, so it's basic and machine code. So it could actually be improved. You know what? Don't know how to change directory, so it looks like we're playing another magazine game. From your computer, sir. I always do that. I type bloody comma 8, comma 1 when you shouldn't. And the reason I keep typing that is because I'm not using the SX64 anymore. And you don't want to type run. You stupid Commodore Madio. So I'm trying to remember from the name which ones, I think there was Herbert something or other. Oh, I wanted to try Asteroid Lander because it did look a bit like Lunar Rescue. Which is interesting because I would like to write Lunar Rescue for the C64 in Laser Basic. Oh no, why is it syntax error? God damn it. Ah, crap. Hey, you know what? Bother. I need to reset the directories anyway. So I must say I am a little disappointed in this TV. Now this TV over 10 years ago would have cost probably £2,500. It is the second largest plasma TV that was sold in the UK by Panasonic, and Panasonic were not cheap. They did not make cheap plasma TVs. And yet the the part that does the digitization, the video digitizer built into it that converts what goes into the composite video socket and converts that to some sort of image that can be displayed 50 or 60 times a second is rubbish. I have to say, very rubbish. Now my Panasonic LCD, which I got about 5 years ago, that was only 375 quid, and I kind of expect that with LCD, but you know what, there's a lot of equipment that doesn't have S-video output or SCAR RGB output. Composite video, if you're lucky, mate. Now luckily the C64 does have S-video and I can get a cable, but what about the Atari 800? That's another computer I'd love to use on this kind of TV technology. Plasma, the display you get from a plasma just looks more like a CRT than any LCD ever will, no matter how much you pay. And the latest LCDs like OLED, they don't even have composite input. They have just completely ignored the problem that you need a broadcast quality video digitizer running up to 60 frames per second. And well, plasma's really your last hope. Now I'm actually looking for something called Herbert, because it's obviously a knockoff of Horace Goes Skiing, I presume. Herbert Goes Sliding, I think it's called, or something, but don't appear to be here. But SNAPMAN was also the name of also a Pac-Man rip-off on the BBC. I think it was the Acorn software. Is it doing something? Well, it's not loading anything. Do you require joystick or keyboard? Oh look, it's the same guy who wrote the Galaxian rip-off. I didn't know that. I didn't even notice that. Now this is much more successful. The only thing I would say is on this TV, the power pellets don't really stand out enough, the yellow versus the white, and they're hardly any bigger, so there's that. Plus there's the fact there's only 2 bloody ghosts, and yet you can still get into problems with it. I mean, you bought the magazine already, for whatever reason, so was there like 4 of them all together? We're going to see now if they come out in a different order. I'm going to test that because I'm going to only do it once. Come on. Are all three of them there for a reason? It's interesting what he's done. He's made the ghost colour like red, you know, blue, green, etc. He's actually made them black when you eat them. Oh look, so they do kind of all end up in the same place. There is four. I thought there was four. That's a bit weird. So there is four ghosts, but three of them have a bit of a menage a trois sometimes. Or two of them sometimes go off for a bit of a fuck. Ah, see, I was hoping... it's actually really nice. For a typed in game, this is really good. You'd be proud to say, oh, I did this. Not that anyone gives a shit about this anymore in the millennial cocksucker world, as I like to call it. Oof, I'm getting fed up with that prick from Manchester going on and on about the health of the people in these things. Look mate, the financial health or the mental health of these people who are immune come after and below the fucking medical health of the people who are born after these millennials and their parents. And certainly below fucking my parents, mate. But as for this, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Worth typing in.